I don't know where to put this. Hello and welcome. This is going to be a good one today because we have a lot to go over. First of all, last weekend we finally finished up filming on the humongous camera video. And holy cow, that was a production. So that's not coming out for a while. I've got about 11 hours of footage to go over, and it's great. Some of it needs to be reshot. Yeah. But anyway, one of our viewers actually came to help with that video. Adam, you rock. In addition to just helping with the video, which really he helped keep things on track, this was probably the largest collection of ADHDers that has ever happened, and fed upon each other into this big, swirling heap of we can't get anything done. Adam, sincerely, thank you. But he brought some stuff too. Adam was the one who donated that really awesome ITX PC that we looked at a couple weeks ago. We did finally get it donated, and that footage will be on the Patreon. Free for everyone to see. I've had a little bit of trouble getting to my editing machine recently, so I do apologize for my Patreon members for that behind-the-scenes video not being up yet. It's coming. But Adam donated a few more PCs when he came here, which was just absolutely fantastic. First, there's this. I don't remember what he said about this. I think he said it was a 4th gen i5 with some sort of graphics card. I genuinely do not remember. I'm sorry. But this is going to be really cool. I actually just found someone who needs a PC because they don't have one at all. So, kind of hard to not have a computer in today's world. I mean, they have a phone, and that's what they've been using, but I might have already found a home for this. Thank you, and we will be checking this out soon before it is donated. Well, that's not all, of course. He brought this Dell. I haven't looked at this yet. It looks like it's got a USB 3 adapter here, which is pretty awesome. Not all Dells of this era had many USB 3 ports. I don't know if that's stock. But again, probably 4th gen. I believe he said this has a GTX 1660. That is fantastic. That's the second best card I've got, period. So, I don't know if this one's going to stay as it is, but I'm going to try. And it will also be looked at and donated. You are the man. I cannot express how awesome that is. But this isn't even the one I'm most excited about. Oh no, he brought something a lot better. This is a reverse sleeper. I don't remember how to open this. Oh, like that, I suppose. I don't know what's in here. I genuinely do not. It's got RGB though, so that's cool. Looks like a graphics card with dual DVI. So that's, I'm gonna guess, GeForce 9000 series? 8000 maybe? The motherboard has a 1394 port on it that is Firewire for you aficionados. And kind of looks like it came out of an HP. Don't know yet, but we'll look at this later. This is super cool. Now, before we get into today's video, I put this way too far away. We have one more thing we want to look at. This is a motherboard that was donated recently. It is pretty awesome. It is dual socket 2011. It has a E5 1620 V2 in it right now, but I'm pretty sure, 90% sure, that this board supports the, well, up to a E5 2697 V2. I think. I do not know for sure. And if so, I might actually have one of those. I have no idea where. But we don't know if this board even works. The viewer who sent it in said that it had issues with RAM channels, and the viewer thought that that was related to the CPU. I'm not really prepared to do that deep of testing today, but I have an idea for this. So why don't you come in here real quick, and we'll see if we can get this to work. Okay, so there's a few things we need, obviously, and I don't have a VGA cable. Okay, well, I gotta do this then. So we're gonna bust out this Mag InnoVision monitor. This is from a really cool computer that I got a little while ago. If you haven't seen that, it's our Mystery P3 video. Will it voodoo? The answer was no. Ooh, that sounded terrible. So we've got our monitor. The viewer also sent in some ECC DDR3, but I have temporarily misplaced it, so I brought this down. This is regular DDR3, which this board is compatible with. And this is 10600, so it should work. Let's go ahead and get this hooked up. That is an odd place for the second EPS. Usually they're right next to each other, but, I mean, who am I to judge? Let's see here. Which channels are which? Are they even labeled? Yeah, okay. Those ones are. What? A1 and A2 are up here. Okay, there we go. Don't even have the cooler on yet. I am very quickly running out of decent power supplies that have 8-pin EPS 12-volt connectors. And for my potential project, if this works, I'm going to need a power supply with 2 EPS 12-volt connectors. I also need a screwdriver. Here we go. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's a flathead. This whole camera video has really messed me up. So let's see. Doesn't really matter the orientation right now. This is not the final. I need the flathead. This is not the final configuration of this machine. We just want to see if it posts. God, who made this? HP? That's a joke, it's ASRock. But let's see. Yes. So it might complain if it's not plugged in specifically to that connector. Now for a power supply. I've had this sitting around for a very long time. I don't actually know what's in here. I know it's SFX, but I've been saving this. It's an EVGA 550 watt. I guess it is a Supernova. Okay. Looks like it's brand new. I don't remember what I paid for this. It wasn't much. I don't need any of this right now. I just want to see if this machine functions. And I think that this has a CPU 8-pin. So, oh God, what? Okay, 1, I hate this. 2, okay, that's Wow, that is stiff. This really has never been used. CPU. Yeah, that goes there. What a pain in my butt. I have got to pick up some new power supplies. Okay, let's peel that off. I need a keyboard. What am I doing? Well, we got a screen. That's good. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, quad network port and ILO. We're out of band. Okay, I really hope I didn't lose anything with that. I've just had to change cameras because apparently K-Star lies about the capacity of their batteries. So, I think we're going to have to reboot this because I plugged in the keyboard afterwards. Let's grab my front panel connector here. That fan sounds awful. This time we're going to try to get into the BIOS. Okay, we're in the BIOS, thank goodness. It detects both of our sticks of RAM. That is good. Okay. How many cores is this CPU? It's not going to tell me, is it? Well, we know that this works. But I have something I want to try. There's a fly in here. Bastard. Okay. Looks like B channel is also north of the CPU. I don't see any damage. So let's see if we can get 4 slots to work. Power button. There we go. Must have been doing some memory training. Does it? It does. We've got all 4 sticks. Okay. This looks like a fully working board. Or at least the first 4 slots work. Obviously, I can't test those because this will prefer them to be filled in a specific order, and it will complain if we don't do it that way. So, that is huge. Once I find the CPU that I'm looking for, we can test this for realsies. But this is still pretty awesome. Moving on, let's get these out of here. Now, for the real reason that we're here. Oh! That's a big computer. And it is filthy. This is something that I found, it's just so sticky. On Facebook Marketplace, it was originally listed at $40 with a monitor and some other random stuff that I really didn't need. But this is an IBM Idea Center. It's like their workstation lineup from back in the day. Now this is from before the sale to Lenovo. So this is a real 100% Big Blue IBM. So I think it deserves a clean. I don't really want to touch it until it is cleaned. This, oh, yeah, that stuff's super great to breathe in. Oh, that's gross. This used to be a machine shop computer. They had this hooked up to a CNC machine. Oh, that stuff's bad. Ugh. Okay. The reason the person wanted $40 for this was not because of what it is, but because of the software it contains. This contains fully activated files to run whatever CNC machine they had. Unfortunately, it doesn't boot right now, but apparently it posts. No, I don't really have much hope for it being great. I suspect we're going to find a horde of bad capacitors in this thing. Oh, God, this thing is so gross. I don't even think I want to power it on until I have looked inside. So we're going to assume that it is dead until further notice. Oh, this is effectively just a server. I don't remember what their server line, it was net something, I think. This stuff stinks in a closed area. But this was effectively just a server with feet and a front. So this was some pretty hefty hardware for like 2001, maybe 2002. They usually put their model on the front. IntelliStation M Pro model 6219. Well, there you go. IBM 6219. I don't know anything about this. I see a Pentium 4 sticker, but I don't know what Pentium 4. This might be early enough to use a socket 423 Pentium 4, which kind of sucks, because I'm pretty sure all of those used RAM bus. Get away from me. I hate RAM bus. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Let's get you in here, and we'll look inside together. All right. Let's peel this Band-Aid off. What do we have? Oh, come on. Is it locked? No, it's unlocked. Oh, come on. Wow, that was tough. I don't even know if it was this, but got some goop here. That's not coming off easy. Okay. $340 max 340 watt max power supply. It's got a side panel switch. I wonder if this, oh, it just comes right off. Okay. Spiders. I want this light over here, I think. Yeah. That is a lot of bad capacitors. That's DDR. That still looks like a socket 423 cooler, but oh, hey! That's stuck. We've got extra hard drive sleds. We've got... This is complicated. There's some sort of USB controller here. I think that's USB. No, that's FireWire. We have a SCSI hard drive. Looks like, just from that shape, probably, well, I want to say Ultra 320. So it's a single hard drive. That hard drive's probably not bad. I bet you the boot issues are entirely for these bad capacitors. See if maybe we can get this angled so you can actually see those. I can't see what the camera sees, but all of those CPU VRM capacitors are bad. All of them. Ouch. Ouch. I don't want to touch that. Not until I've gotten rid of some of the spiders, at least. Oh wow, that just popped right off. Okay. Quadro 4. Whoa, hold on a second. Okay. I know this card. That's extremely dirty. Quadro 4. I think this is a 980 or 985. This is effectively a GeForce 4 Ti 4800. If this works, that is huge. And he didn't seem to complain about anything on the screen, so this probably works just fine. It just needs a cleaning. Oh my god, that is huge. It's like a $200 card. Not that I'm going to be selling it. That is just super cool. I've never been able to get my hands on a working one of those. Oh, I am excited now. Oh god, it's got that alternate ATX specification. That means that this power supply is going to be very difficult to replace if it's bad. So, what have we got for RAM? This is remarkably clean inside. Infineon 256 megs of DDR, so we've got presumably 1 gig. Wait a minute. Those other two sticks are actually different. These are, well, they're still 256 megs, but these are IBM branded. Oh, the other ones are. The IBM just used two different... What? It's fine. Oh, this CPU. We're going to need this delightfully spider-webbed screwdriver. Get this off. This really does look like socket 423, but I wonder if this machine has a socket 603 or 604 CPU. Normally those would be called Xeon, but they were NetBurst, so maybe they just did some sort of marketing thing. Let's find out. Oh, pivots out of the way? That's a stupid design. Oh, IBM of the trash. What are your secrets? There we go. Well, it's not 4... Okay, that's socket 478. And there's our CPU. Oh, it's got the IBM tag, so this is original. This is an early Pentium 4. I suspect this is probably going to be a 2 gigahertz or maybe a 1.8. Does this say? No, she's got an IBM SKU. So we're going to go ahead and... Oh, come on. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh! Ow! That hurt. Didn't cut myself. Okay. Wow, that is gross. To avoid bending any pins, we're going to go ahead and put this back in the socket. And then I'm going to attempt to get some of that crud off of there with this same cleansing stuff. Yay, it's doing nothing. Okay. Screwdriver time it is. That's technically working. I'll be back in a second. I think that's most of the gunk. Now, what do we have? Of course, I've scratched all the hell. Pentium 4, 2001. Hey, that's 2.8 gigahertz. That was, I think, basically as fast as they got back then. We're going to leave this in the socket. I don't want to mess up the pins. So, huh. That's pretty good. So, I'm suspicious of this. What's that, the Northbridge? I want to replace the thermal paste on that, but I don't really want to pull it up. So I think I'm going to leave it alone. We will take the RAM out for now. It's probably just fine, but this whole machine desperately needs a cleaning. So let's start disassembling it. This is our SCSI cable. Our hard drive. Oh, out of here. Come on. Oh, that's a chungus. I'm going to guess 73 gigs. 36.4 whopping gigabytes. An eServer, okay. Yeah, not a terribly great hard drive. These are of the IBM DeskStar lineage, although this is the eServer X series, so it's not as bad, but fruit fly. What's a fruit fly doing in here? Yeah, this needs cleaning as well. We'll just wipe that off. Good as new. What next? I'm going to have to remove this whole board, not just for cleaning, but because I need to recap it. So let's pull power. Oh, well, that's mighty strange. This board has an extension on it. Okay. I can always refer back to this video later if I need to. Let's get this power supply out of here. Okay, that's not a whole lot of cables. That is a strange power supply. I need my Phillips back. Okay. God, I feel like a barber holding someone's hair out of the way. These are strange. Strange screws. I'll show them on the camera in a moment. Are these fine thread? Oh, they are. Fine thread power supply screws. Okay. Oh. And that's our power supply. Already out of space. There we go. That'll do for now. This, I don't know what that is. That is properly clipped in there. What is this? Airspeed? Huh. That's out of there. Don't know what this is for. Oh, that's our CD audio, looks like. Those tucked up. IDE floppy. Not sure what this is. Or this. Oh God, there's so many connections. I think we can just pull this whole FireWire card out. Make it easier on ourselves for later. If this will... Oh God, everything's catching on everything else. Okay, that's that. USB, I think. Front panel. Front panel has a clip. Front panel is stuck. There we go. And that is our motherboard free. Of cables, at least. What? It uses pH 0? It looks like this hole pattern might actually be ATX compliant. But that's a big maybe. Not super sure about that. Okay. This should be free. Of course it's not. Oh, I'm missing a screw. Is there one there? Yes, there is. Okay. Missing 2 screws. Jeez. Okay. We're free. And now we can take a closer look at these disgusting bad capacitors. Okay. Yeah, those are delicious. Now, luckily, I think I have a bunch of these. These are 6.3 volt, 3300 microfarad. And some of the taller ones are 16 volt, 1800 microfarads. I should have enough to replace these even right now, just with what I have on hand. Might try to clean the surface of the CPU up a little more, but it's smooth, and that's really all that matters for thermal paste. I don't see any other bad capacitors on the board, or at least none that are bulging, so we might get away with just replacing the CPU VRM. Let's, you know something? I wonder. Just hear me out, okay? Hear me out. If that fan wasn't in the way, this would fit. What do you think? Should we? Should we try this? It's a thought. Let's get those capacitors replaced. Well, we're back. See, that fly is still here. I don't really have a way to test this motherboard up in my apartment, so I don't actually know if these, I hate flies. I don't know if these capacitors actually work or not, so I hope that this is fixed. I fucking hate flies. Let's get it in. Let's see if it works. There's so many cables here. I think that's just about lined up. Okay. Let's screw this. Huh. It's not a very secure way of securing things, but it is what it is. Oh my god, I need the RAM out to do this, and I need the graphics card out to take the RAM out. Can this move? Oh, thank god. I really should have tested this motherboard before putting everything back inside, but I don't care. let's see if it works. Okay. Everything is plugged in. Let's go ahead and grab our monitor and see if this machine will boot into Windows. Okay, I can't find my DVI to VGA adapter, so what we're going to do is check out this box real quick. Adam gave us this box when he dropped off the PCs, and maybe there's an adapter in this box. I don't know, I have not looked through it yet. So let's see. We have a DVD drive, SATA, very useful. I have a big pile of those, but most of them are kind of flaky, so having a decent one is super awesome. We have a nondescript box, probably some sort of mounting thing. Oh! Hey! This is the SFX to ATX adapter for the reverse sleeper that he built. And some other accessories. Hey, that's pretty cool. Thank you very much. I will be sure to pass these on to the next owner, if and when that is donated. Let's see. Hey! A USB 2 card reader. Based on recent things, this is very useful. Oh, I've got big plans. We have an Intel stock cooler. He actually donated 2 of these. The other one's sitting on a bench over there. That was the only thing I really looked at. IDE cable. Very useful. I have a bunch of these Most of them are broken. These look like extra cables for the Dell that he donated. This is a Wi-Fi card. Looks like... That doesn't look like M.2. What do they call this? I don't think this is mini... Well, it might be mini PCI Express. We'll find out in a bit, I'm sure. A couple of CPUs. We have an AMD Sempron. Not sure exactly which one. There's still some thermal paste on it, so I can't really see the copyright. Oh, 2009. This is probably AM3. I don't think it's a socket FM2 Sempron. And, oh, there's a couple CPUs. There's a 77... That's not 775, is it? It could be 771. Pentium dual core E2220. I think this is socket 775. I just got thrown off by one of the dots there. And the other one is a Pentium G3250. Very useful for testing. Thank you so much. We have... an AM4 A series. Hold on. An A6 9500. I've never tried these. I believe that this is actually based on the Bulldozer architecture and not the newer Ryzen or Zen architecture. It's not going to tell me. Surely it won't just tell me. Still pretty cool, though. I will be testing that if and when I get an AM4 motherboard. That fly is just... I can't do anything about it. Every time that I try to get rid of it, it just... I don't know, attacks my eyes or something. Here's an AMX stock cooler. Missing the screws, but I think I actually have some spare ones. Is the lever in here? There's that. I don't see the lever. That's okay. We have a AM4 cooler. This will work with that AMD A series, I think. It looks like it has its own cooler in that box, but hard to verify. These are the mounting brackets for that cooler that's partially taken apart. Back plate appears to be missing in action, but that's okay. Another DVD drive, super useful. Unfortunately, there's no DVI to VGA adapter, so I'm going to have to go get one. But a bunch of SATA cables. These are super, super useful. I have a bunch, but they're always lost. So, yeah, I know that's my fault. And getting new ones doesn't exactly solve the core issue there, which is me. But, Adam, thank you. Well, now that I've made a mess, we're going to do the right thing and shuffle it all off to the side instead of cleaning it up. Let me go get an adapter. Well, I brought a couple of things. Number one, the CPU cooler is pretty filthy. The rest of it doesn't actually seem too bad inside, which is amazing. Let's get this CPU cooler. Yeah, they're just not a lot to clean. So, that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. I brought my flash drives down for games. I forgot to bring down a VGA cable. Do I have one sitting over here? I don't think I do. No, I do not. Yes, I do. Okay. Looks like I need to go get another one if I'm going to do some capturing later. But for now, one of these will do. I'm bad at this whole being organized thing. Okay. That hooked up. Now we'll just go ahead and slide this over. I'm not going to stand it up yet. Now I need a power cable. There's one. I haven't powered this on yet. This is the first time. In fact, we'll go ahead and stand it up so you can see if any of the capacitors explode. Which has happened to me before. Well, it's on. Nothing has exploded yet. Okay, that's good. Pentium 4, 2.8, 1 gig of memory. That is expected. I wonder if it'll complain about not having a keyboard. NMI, what does that mean? Okay, I guess I need a keyboard. Tell me down in the comments below what NMI is. I'm not super familiar with that. Pointing device error. It doesn't see mouse, even though it has one. NMI, escape key to turn off NMI. This does not like USB keyboards. Okay. I have to go back up and grab a PS2 keyboard. Shoot. I managed to find an actual IBM keyboard in PS2. So that should at least get us past this NMI issue. So let's go ahead and unplug that. We do not need that anymore. Get out of here. Now, let's see if we can get past that. Well, the keyboard works. Escape key to turn off NMI. I think that worked. We're probably going to reboot. I need to replace this BIOS battery at some point. I forgot to do that while I was doing the soldering. Well, I already did that, so let's go into the BIOS and see if maybe we can turn off NMI there. Am I going to have to Google this? No. I'm going to have to Google this. Apparently NMI stands for non-maskable interrupt. Apparently there's supposed to be an NMI button. On the back. I do not see any such thing. I didn't plug in the chassis intrusion switch, but that really shouldn't matter. It cost me about $35 to recap this PC. I'm going to be very slightly annoyed if we can't get this thing to work. I'm going to have to go through my disassembly footage and see where that chassis intrusion switch was. Well, no, that shouldn't stop from getting past this. Let's just see if we can get straight to a boot menu. Replacing the CMOS battery might fix this. Let's try that. Maybe we'll get lucky. I need a chair. Wait a minute. Replacing the CMOS battery might have worked. Okay, we're on. Let's get our lighting fixed. And there we go. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Well, let's have a closer look and see what we've got installed. Big question is, does our IBM branded mouse work? Yes, it does. Okay. Inkscape 0.91. Mach 3 loader. We have some sort of... There we go. LazyCam Mach 3 plasma. Very interesting. How much space is free on our disk? Oh, we got tons of space. CNC, yep, that's... There's not going to be much here. Okay, well, let's get some games installed and see what she can do. I'm not even going to change the drivers. It's probably perfectly fine as is. What version of Windows is this? Where's my computer? I'm blind. Windows 3 Service Pack 2. Okay. We would prefer, of course, Service Pack 3, but we'll be fine. Let's get some games on this machine. Oh dear. Well, my capture dongle isn't working, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Let's test this by pointing the camera at the screen. I'm sorry in advance. Last time we did this, it lost focus. Well, I think that about covers it. Absolutely phenomenal performance from this PC. I thought it was going to really struggle with Railroad Tycoon 3, but no, it was just completely flawless. This is awesome. I am blown away by this machine. Now, of course, I want to pinch the wires here. I do have options for what we can do with this machine. What do we think? Why do you not want to go in? Oh, that's just... Oh, I didn't put the... Well, that's supposed to be in there. I'll worry about that later. What should I do with this machine? Should we build a sleeper with that motherboard? I think that'd be pretty cool. But it might not be super easy, so I don't know. I kind of like this as is, but I don't know what to do with it. This is a gigantic computer, and I have no shortage of large computers, but this is one of the biggest that I own. And with that, let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you liked this, a like would be appreciated. This was a fairly big video, especially with all those capacitors. I did not actually have enough on hand. I had to buy some. And yeah, 125% tariffs turned an 80-cent capacitor into something that's damn near $2. That is... I won't comment on that. Anyway, yeah, if you want to see more stuff like this, feel free to subscribe. And check out our Patreon, link down in the description below, where I post all sorts of behind-the-scenes videos and also giveaways. So, with that said, if you want to send stuff to help with builds like this, or like that motherboard over there, my P.O. box is also in the description below. Thank you very much for watching.